Hey guys, welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid and another morning ramble. I've got a treat for you today, as well as a treat for our furry and feathered friends. Keep your eyes open back here. There's about a dozen deer back here, and then there's a little gray squirrel up here. They'll probably come around, get closer the further I get into this, and stop turning around looking for them as they usually do when I do these things. As you know, when I come up here and do my morning rambles, I bring the bird seat up, put in our bird feeder over there that we've dedicated to our veterans and active military personnel, as well as hang any crayons for the requests that came in last night. So this morning I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do something special for the animals. I was in my office writing upstairs, waiting for the sun to come up so I could come out. Like, this is how I spend many mornings. And as day started to break, I looked out the window and I saw a couple of deer right there in the backyard, and the squirrels were running around getting our walnuts. And I just, we're 4 days away from Christmas as of right now, as of this recording, and I felt like I wanted to do something more for the animals. But it's that whole I am a poor boy too thing, pa-rumpa-dum-dum. And I was sitting there at the laptop and I thought, you know what, why don't we just write them out a quick Christmas poem, just whatever comes off of the top of my head. It would be a nice exercise in prolific writing. Took me about 10 minutes. Here it is. I want to read it for you, but most importantly, I want to read it for the animals. I heard a hawk. Keep your eyes open. They'll probably come back in on us here as I read this, but this is called The Night Before Christmas, Deep in the Forest. This is all first draft stuff, okay? So hold your LOLs. Here we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and deep in the forest, the animals were busy. They were out looking for us. Because we had fed them throughout the whole year, they anticipated more food now due to our great Christmas cheer. The bear had her eyes on our big garbage bin, and the raccoons beside her were ready to dig in. The deer knew our apples had long fallen off, but they saw us returning from Walmart last night with a giant salt block. The squirrels were all nutty and ready for more. They knew we'd been selfish with our walnuts and placed most of them in store. And the foxes, oh how they did eye our big fat hens, but they were willing to settle like last Christmas and eat canned dog food again. When now from the thicket there arose such a clatter, I knew that our Sasquatch was coming to see what was the matter. He had his chupacabra held close on a leash. These mythical creatures would not be excluded. They would have their Christmas treats. There was no moon, giving luster to new fallen snow. The clouds covered all in mystique to make sure that of the events that came next, no one would know. For what then to my wondering eyes should appear but a sizable, unidentifiable object that only comes once a year. It landed on the edge of the wood, right by the tree line, and all carrying sacks outstepped Elvis Presley, Jimmy Hoffa, and D.B. Cooper not far behind. They rushed for quick cover, looking over their shoulders. Their sacks were so heavy they must have held boulders. But alas, as they opened them, what came pouring out was food for the critters. No cash, no jewels, no new union contracts Hoffa could use for more clout. I watched, all in awe, wondering who might believe any of these events if I were to relay this wild scene. A bear and a Bigfoot both dining together, squirrels and raccoons, it would have all made the perfect image for the front of an ugly Christmas sweater. Elvis and Hoffa looked on just like me, while Cooper kept watch for any elite FBI teams. When before we all knew it, the animals were fed, and they headed back into the forest to go back to bed. Yes, it was nearing day, but we know they're nocturnal. We stay awake because we're diurnal. When the vermin were gone, my new friends bid adieu. They climbed back on their spaceship, and away they did flew. But I heard them exclaim as they drove out of sight, if you speak a word of this to anyone, they'll put you away and lock you up tight. The end. Maybe. Alright guys, so there you have it. 'Twas the night before Christmas and deep in the forest. That was a little poem I kind of wrote very prolifically and very quickly this morning for my animal friends up here who I'm now, the feathered ones, of course, I'm going to go give some birdseed. So guys, we're only days away from Christmas. Want to wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you have any more requests for people you want to dedicate a crayon to, maybe people you've lost, if you've got struggles you've been through, let us know about it in the comment section and we'll get a crayon up here in your honor. And make sure to check back with us for more next time from here at Homesteading Off the Grid. I'll give you a nice parting shot of Homestead here as we go.